In this video, I will show you how to color in Procreate with watercolor brushes, one of my coloring pages. I will put the link to them in the description and also to the brushes I'm using. I'm using one of Lisa Glanz canvas which comes with the brush set. I have imported the coloring page and here is the main color palette. Pause the video to copy it or use any colors you want. First, I am making a new layer under the outline layer, and with selection tool and freehand I will select the upper part of the house. I want to select it without windows, so I am selecting outside of the windows and making a few parts for this selection, and when one part is selected, I click on the gray dot and start selecting a new one. At the top, I am making not a straight line, but leaving a lot of space because we will gonna add stamps there, and I want the top to be uneven. So when everything is selected, I will pick the first color from the color palette and choose stamp from Lisa Glanz Aquarelle brush set and start stamping. If I'm not happy with the stamp, I can just undo it. Now on a new layer with the same color, I will gonna use stamp for the ground, and with the start tool I will put it in place, following the outline guidelines. So wider at the bottom and erase the parts that I don't want to be covered by the stamp, and then I will merge together both of these layers. I am gonna make a new layer, and with the same technique as for the upper part of the house, I will do the same for the facade. I will select everything I want to be yellow and then just stamp with different stamps with the yellow color. When the stamping part is done, I change the brush to the round brush and color in the parts I forgot to select. Now make a new layer and choose the red color. So for each color I make a new layer. And I will color in the flower pots, but I leave a bit of white and smudge it with the blooming accent brush. And when I am done with the awning, I will erase the letters cafe and bar because I don't want them to be red. And then I will also erase the letters Lucien from the yellow layer. With the light gray, I am coloring in parts in this drawing that I want to be gray. And then with the dark gray on a new layer, I will color in the parts around the doors. And then I also decided that the windows will be dark and light gray. And then I make a new layer at the top. This will be like just under the outline layer, and I will color in the greenery with the green color. And make a new layer, and with the round brush I color everything that I'm not stamping with the round brush, and I chose the darker brown and I color in the doors and also the chalkboard. It's like a chalkboard, the frame for the chalkboard, I color in that. Then with the lighter brown, I am coloring in the bottom part of the door and the windowsill and the window shutters. I don't know what they really are called. Then I make a new layer for like details, and with the first color I am coloring in the letters, but not like all of them, then smudging them out. And the chalkboard inside, and then with the yellow I make some details in the doors. And for the windows, I'm using the same selecting technique with using freehand. So I select all the windows, and then with the blue color, which is the last one from the palette, I am stamping using different stamps. I also introduce a bit of yellow, and of course I add some white splatters. Okay, so now it is time for bricks. We are gonna cheat a bit and make life easier. So I'm using round brush and the darker brown color. Then I click drawing guide, and where I have a line without anything, I will draw bricks, following the guide. Then I duplicate that layer, and we need to make the pattern. You know how bricks don't go all the way the same, but one line is different than the other. So I use flip horizontal or flip vertical and then move that line into place. I will make 4 rows, merge the layers together, and then duplicate those and move in place. And when everything is done, then I will merge all the layers together and erase the bricks from the windows. And I will also fix the sides and parts that I don't like. So erase bricks and draw new ones in place. So this is the cheating part, where we only drew one line but made the whole upper part with bricks. Now I am adding a few loose bricks on the top. I want to make the brick layer as clipping mask later, so I draw bricks the way that they will cover the background stamp. And also don't forget about the bricks on the top of the windows. Then make a new layer and as clipping mask and stamp some yellow and red to make the bricks more interesting. Merge those together, and then make the brick layer as clipping mask to the background stamp. Of course, if you want, you can also leave the bricks as they are, but I really love how they look like as a clipping mask. I want to make the doors more interesting, so I make a new layer as clipping mask and stamp in some lighter stamps and merge together. And the same I am gonna do for the pavement with different kinds of colors and different kind of stamps. Now at the bottom of all the drawing layers, I will make stamps. So new stamp, new layer. It is so easy to move them around when they are on their own layer. And then with all the colors from the palette, I am just stamping and like making the drawing look very loose. I will do the same stamping part for the greenery, but that I will do just under the greenery layer. So the green stamps are showing on top of the drawing. When all the stamps are done, make a new layer on top, change it to multiply, and we are gonna make the drawing more dimensional. So I pick a color according to the object I want to darken. So for greenery it will be green, for yellow parts it will be yellow, but I just make those colors a bit darker, and then with the round brush for drawing and blooming accent brush for smudging, I will go over every object and make some parts darker. Also, this is a good time to figure out your light source. Mine is on the right, so left side will be darker for everything. Now I pick the dark gray color and I will make some real shadows. So the chalkboard is making a shadow, the flower pots are making a shadow. If you don't want to add shadows, then leave this step out. But I just think the shadows make the drawing look so much better. So remember where is your light source and draw shadows. But this time I am not smudging out the lines. When all the shadows are done, then I pick the pencil brush and just scribble all over the drawing with the colors from the color palette. The last step is to make a new layer, change it to add and pick a light color and make the drawing shine. So I add some sunshine to the greenery, the awning and the windows and all over the house. And also add some loose splatters. And I always make the whole piece come together by adding overlay. I will put the link in the description where I got these files, and I change the new layer to overlay and play around with the opacity, and then the drawing is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and thank you for watching.